Welcome to the Heart of Collaboration, and I'm your host, Bernice Belt, and we are so happy, so grateful that you've allowed us to be in your viewing audience. At this segment of the Heart of Collaboration television show right here at WKCTC in Paducah, Kentucky, is our special guest, Miss Christy Jones, and I like to say Sister Christy Jones because she's one of my Christian friends right here in the community of Paducah, Kentucky. She is a member of Greater Lincoln Heights Baptist Church, where the Reverend Alfred Anderson is a senior pastor, and the topic of this show is little dresses. And so we're going to be talking more, and she's going to be doing more of the talking. I might get excited, but she is the person that we're going to be looking at today. Hello, Miss Jones.
Hi, how are you?
Well, I guess the first thing we ought to do for the viewing audience is to maybe give a little history of little dresses, and then we'll go into how you got involved in it.
Okay, as far as the history, I'm not sure exactly from the beginning where it started. They are a relief for Africa. They not only do clothing for children, they relief as far as foods, clean water, wells, all different things. And they also touch here in America, in the United States. So how I became involved, I ran across Facebook, and I was looking for probably alterations on dresses. And I found little dresses for Africa.
Well.
And they make clothing. They also do little boys' clothing. They do shorts for boys, but I chose not to get into that arena. So what I do is the little dresses, and they send them to children who may never see a new dress. And all 50 states in the United States are making them. All 50 states are making them now here in the U.S.
You know that you were saying you found out about this on Facebook. Well, we need to tell people that there's a great deal of negative spirits going on around about Facebook, on Facebook, but these are one of the real reasons why we ought to be on Facebook.
Exactly.
Especially when we're concerned about the welfare of other people, keeping up with relatives, letting relatives keep up with us, and then networking so that we can all sort of support each other in the good things that we're doing. And that's how I found out about little dresses. You're the reason.
Yeah. I had a dream about 5 years ago, and in that dream it was the rows of babies, and I woke up saying, they were dressed and adorned in the African apparel, and I woke up saying, the babies need me. So in that, I had forgotten about the dream, and I did think about pediatrics because I work in child care. So my first thought was the healthcare professional, pediatrics, maybe I can travel to Africa one day. But when I ran across this, I was telling, so I graduated from tailoring here in West Kentucky in 1984. So, and then I felt like this is my true calling, my purpose in life is this. So from that dream, I believe it was God sent, of course. And if you ever talk to my husband, he can tell you I'm glowing when I'm making these dresses. So,
well, just for the viewing audience, Mr. Jones is in the studio today.
Yes.
He's over there trying not to clap. I glanced from the side a little bit. He's over there just smiling. He must be in love with you.
He must
Is he in love with you, girl?
Is.
Okay, that's a good thing. And he's also in love with the fact that he is married to a woman who is who's legitimately concerned about mission, ministry, and this really is a mission, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Well, let's hold up some of these little precious little dresses, and I'm going to try to be real careful because we have really great people in the studio, like Dan Shepard, who's on the camera and everything, so we want to make sure we give the right angle for these pretty little dresses. So let me hand you that one. It's a nice contrast against your suit today.
Okay.
And I'll hold up this one.
Okay. And I'll tell you.
It might glare just a little bit, but we'll try to give a little angle.
Okay.
Just a little bit. And to show how beautiful and simple, but yet elegant for children who are struggling in every way from A to Z in Africa. And so is there any particular area in Africa, or is it Africa-wide?
I think Kenya is what I read. You could check the website, and they have just different places. It's overseas altogether, so there are India and other places that they also, they don't just stick in Africa.
Do you have anything to do with how they're distributed, or do you send them to a central location and they take care of it from there?
I send them here in the United States to Minnesota, and they have missions that either go They either go there or either they ship them. So they have a big warehouse where they collect them and repackage them. I have to package them and send them, and then they repackage. And we do it by sizes. So
look at this little thing.
yeah,
This is
it's
so
one of my
adorable.
little bitty dresses.
Oh my goodness. And you have it around the underarm and everything, and then you've got this little tie on the back.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And the great thing about how you handled it is you've sewn it together as if it is tied
Right.
Manually, and you've sewn it together to make sure that the little girl doesn't lose it. It doesn't. Oh, that is so cute. That's a sweet touch.
Thank you.
I'm just going to lay this just like this so that the viewing audience can see that detail work. And then we've got this little cutie pie and this little cutie pie. And I understand that your husband came with you and he kind of helped you choose the items to share and laid them out. And I guess he did such a good job that all the producers in the house didn't change anything. Okay, way to go, Brother Jones.
Excellent. He's excellent.
Okay. Oh, that's double tiered. Isn't it cute?
I'm going to tell you, I made that from a pillowcase, which a lot of them are made from pillowcases. A lot of mine are made from fabric and some pillowcases. And the one that you're holding is actually made from a skirt. And this one is made from a skirt that I cut. And I call this the evening. This was made from an evening wear. This one.
I'll take that one. You hold that up for everybody.
Okay, this was made from a evening wear. It was a skirt.
What size is that? You think I could fit in that? That's sharp.
I've had women try one on for me. they range up all the way up to teenagers. So
how beautiful!
Thank you. But I thought that was very elegant because they deserve elegance as well.
And they're so unique. They're unique from one to the other. And look at the little one here with all the angels and everything on there and the contrasting. Oh,
I've had a lot of support from the community of people that I know, from the churches.
Yeah. And the wonderful thing about Facebook also is that if you want to get involved in some things and you just want to jump into what someone else is already doing, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can just help people who are already doing the mission, the ministry, unless you're concerned about getting your name at the top of the list. But if you're more concerned about helping mankind, then this is one of those things that you can do.
Exactly.
For example, you have a stack of pillowcases here.
Yes.
Things that you and other people take for granted.
Yes.
These are things that some of us would just throw away, toss away, give away, don't know how they're going to be used, if they're going to be used. When I was growing up, pillowcases that we didn't put on the bed anymore was used for dust cloths. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you would, please donate your slightly used pillowcases and bed linens to Christy Jones.
Because they need the light cotton fabrics for the temperature, because it's, hot
light
Lightweight
cotton fabrics for the temperatures. Okay, awesome. And she could use some of these things. How about this? What are these things?
Those are ribbons, trims, you know about those. Thread, Ziploc bags, because we have to size them and package them. So the gallon storage bag is fine. And then also, I ship them. I can ship about 15, or maybe 10 to a dozen dresses in these. At a time.
So ladies and gentlemen, if you could take a pretty good look at this size of the envelope, it says 12.5 times 18.25. That's the inside dimensions. So if it's at least 12 by 18, you can get how many in this bag?
At least a dozen.
A dozen little dresses in this size envelope, rather, and so that she can ship them out. She is doing all of the handwork, and so maybe you and I can help her to do some of the other work by making these donations. So when did you start your mission work?
Probably in June or July. I had graduated from school, not working very much, and I was doing alterations still from home, and I was looking online for dress alteration ideas and different things, and I ran across the dresses. So, and I've been doing it since that, and I hope to be able to do it until God says it's time to go home.
Until He says it's time to go home. So that means you're letting God be in charge of this ministry. All right. You're allowing Him to use you as a servant, and we hope that you'll help her to be an even greater servant by making those donations to her. And I can assure you that in the years that I have been acquainted with Christy Jones, she has been a strong tower in her church. Therefore, she's a strong tower in her home and her community, because it began at home.
Thank you.
Mr. Jones, you're lucky, hon. Okay. And I know that you're a good husband, and we appreciate you. And Christy Jones,
Yes.
you started it this summer,
Yes.
this past summer. How many have you made since you started?
I've completed about 40 dresses.
40 dresses, which means 40 little girls have
40
been
little girls,
blessed
yes,
by your
yes.
hands, by your hands and your heart. And your very soul, because as Oprah Winfrey would say, you're doing one of the things your soul came to do. Well, I tell you what, I have seen some photos
Okay.
from the Little Dresses ministry, their
Yes.
Facebook page. So go on Facebook and like that page and find out more about it. But since Christy Jones is right here in the Paducah, Kentucky area, well, let's just help her from this side.
I
to
have
take
my
care
own
of
little
that.
page.
Yes, and you have your own page.
It's on my Facebook, Christy's Little Dresses.
Christy's Little Dresses.
Yes. So they can click on that and like that page for me. I appreciate
Outstanding. And I understand your pastor and your church family are very
Yes,
supportive of
yes.
this ministry.
We're getting ready to have a style show.
Awesome.
We're
Coming
gonna
up
use
pretty soon?
Yes, in community, all communities involved, educational purposes for
Yes,
families.
Yes. And so we don't want to give a date for that,
Right, yes.
because you're going to be doing that annually, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's say you're going to be doing that annually.
Yes,
Is that okay?
yes.
And then to
Great.
go to your Facebook page, like your Facebook page, so that they can see your event dates and times,
Right, right.
and fix your calendar so that you can either go or you can mail a donation in the form of a check or money order,
Yes.
and get that information on Christy P. Jones
Yes.
Facebook page,
Yes.
and you can get all the mailing information that way. And we won't give the mailing information on this segment of the Heart of Collaboration, because you may change that.
Right.
You know, as your mission or your ministry grows, you may decide you need a post office box, or
Right.
we don't know how that will change. And so you go to your Facebook page, and everybody will always be up to date as to how to donate to you and how they can reach you. So you've made 40 dresses just since July. And you're looking forward to the fashion show. It's going to be a lot of entertainment, and I understand your pastor's wife, she's a great MC,
Yes,
so
she
she's
is.
going to MC.
She's
And
really-
so y'all be looking for that, and look for that annually. I also want to ask you this. You graduated from tailoring
Yes.
at West Kentucky Community and Technical College. And just for people who don't know that, this is Paducah 2, which is right outside, within WKCTC.
Yes.
And as people see the credits being rolled at the end of the show, and sometimes before the show begins, you'll be able to get that information. I always want to plug
Yes.
the college.
I'm alumni, so.
You're alumni. And who was your instructor in tailoring?
Reverend Calvin Cole.
Calvin Cole, pastor, senior pastor
of Mount Moriah.
Mount Moriah
Yes.
Missionary Baptist Church right here in Paducah, Kentucky. And I think there was a lady who
Miss
was
Clara Hickson.
Miss
Clara Hickson.
Miss Clara Hickson. And so she assisted him, is that true?
Yes.
Awesome. So you're alumni. And did you graduate from
Yes.
something else recently? What else did you
yes.
do?
Healthcare administration.
Healthcare
My
administration.
bachelor's.
Isn't that awesome? And you kept us chronicled on Facebook. Bless your heart. We were praying hard for you.
Thank you. And it
with
worked.
that big
Thank you
old
for your prayers.
with that big old grade point average.
Yes.
You want to share what it was?
4.0. Thank you, ma'am.
4.0.
Yes.
4.0 graduate, and mission of Little Dresses.
Yes.
And we don't know what God's going to do
My
with
heart
you.
is with children, and I work at Child Care Center at Lourdes, and so
Yes.
I'm excited about whatever God has for me.
Well, and then you're just moving. You know, I tell you people all the time, don't tell folk, oh, you're in your season. Sometimes we can sound so deep. Well, it's your season, as if there's only one for your
season.
life.
The seasons
We serve a
change.
great God. So
Seasons
there,
change. They keep
seasons
rolling
change.
on.
They just keep changing, keep changing. So you and I and everybody on the planet, we have more than
Right.
one season.
Right.
And sometimes seasons overlap, don't
Yes,
they?
they do, yes.
And so you have overlapping seasons, because you just have a lot that you have to do before you take your last breath.
That's right. That's right.
And I encourage people all the time, don't be afraid to walk in whatever season it is. And when it's time for you to either walk out of that season or to stand in more than one season, don't be afraid. What's going to happen? You're going to be turned into a fish or something? What's going to happen?
Step out on faith.
What's going to happen? And if you stumble, so what? You know, when babies are born, they go through stages. They go through seasons. And when they get to that point where they try to be independent, they start crawling, they pull up, they try to take those steps, and inevitably, those babies always fall. But what do? They
get back up again.
Bounce a little bit. They may cry a little bit, just like, and we will too. And you get back up. That baby gets back up and starts trying again. And that's what we have to do. Just keep going. Just keep going. Keep receiving. Keep listening. Wait for those signals, because as a woman of faith, and I'm not. This is not a preaching show. But as a woman of faith, I don't put my faith on the shelf before I leave home and then come out without my faith. So as a woman of faith, I have to encourage people that no matter what your beliefs or whatever your beliefs are, and you don't have to believe the same way we believe. We're not here to judge, but certainly we ought to believe in something bigger than us. Little Dresses is bigger than us.
Yes, it is.
It's bigger than this country. And it impacts so many lives. I just can't imagine how those little eyes light up.
I know it.
Like we do at Christmas. They don't have what we have. And when they see this, they think they have the world. They
glow. They do.
Yes. What do you think about that?
The little boys even put them on just because of the colors. They send them shorts and they get uniforms, but they show boys wearing them because they're so happy. They're all excited, and it's just a blessing to be a part of it.
They don't know any different.
No.
They're not spoiled and entitled like we are. We can't get enough. We already have more than enough, and sometimes we don't even take care of that. And so little boys and little girls, they look at this as the same thing, as some some great miracle in their lives.
Somebody cares.
Yes. And in this case is Christy P. Jones. Something else I wanted to talk to you about. There at your church, I know that some of your greatest supporters in Little Dresses Ministries are people right at your church. Tell us some of the things, how things have changed, how it has changed the atmosphere at Greater Lincoln Heights Church since you started this ministry.
I'm going to also mention we do the Samaritan's Purse, the shoebox ministry.
Yes.
So we now kind of are collaborating the two, and just get awesome support. You can feel the spirit in it. I mean, it's just not, you don't have to ask for anything. It's just people walk up to you. Here, baby, here's some money. Here's something, you know. I've got some thread. I've got some fabric. I've got a bag for you in my car. So, I mean, you can't beat God-given. So that's how I know when it's from Him. He's going to provide everything that we need, and He has. I only have had to buy what I wanted to buy out of it, like the trims and all, because I'm kind of picky. So other than that,
it shows.
Yes, I've just, you know, if I want to buy something, I can. If I don't, only thing I have to pay for is shipping. As far as a coworker is the one that donated the pillowcases for me, so I get support even at my job. But the atmosphere at church is awesome. It is. You can see the hearts of people are bigger than we can imagine sometimes.
Well, I bet your pastor is excited about it too.
He is.
Because it's totally different from anything that, I don't know, maybe 99% of all the churches in the country. Totally different from what they do. They do good things.
He's my biggest support.
Yes.
He is. He's everything. He said, whatever you want to do, you do it. So, and I applaud you and thank you for, you just told me I'm going to do a show. So I'm telling everybody. She said, I'm going to do a show. So I said, okay, yes, ma'am.
I'm a senior citizen. You know, when we get to be senior citizens, we don't ask. We just tell folks.
Yeah, you did.
You know?
I'm saying, yes, what did I say? Yes, ma'am. I think that's all I said. Yes, ma'am.
Well, and you know, the heart of collaboration is that's just what it's about.
It is.
How can we collaborate to make great things greater? How can we collaborate to help people get started with something that has been birthed inside them? You know, how can we collaborate to do that? Because this show is not for any other reason except to promote, to promote, to collaborate, to be a springboard for some persons, and then some people, you're kind of on the quiet side,
Yeah.
but you're quiet and you're bold.
Thank you.
Sister Jones.
Thank you.
And some people are quiet and shy, but they're not bold yet.
Yes.
And so people have to be able to see you to know that I'm noisy. I know I'm kind of noisy. When I get behind a microphone now, I'm kind of quiet like you if I'm not behind a microphone.
Unless we're singing.
Yeah, yes. Yes, and I may holler a tune here, but Dan Shepard, he might have a hissy fit because we're not tuned up for a song yet. But this show, and there are other shows here at WKCTC,
Okay.
excellent shows, hosts, producers. These guys here at Paducah 2, they are outstanding. And the executive director, Tom Butler, they have such a heart for people anyhow. So anything that any of the hosts want to do that will enhance our community and our region, and people from all over can watch Paducah 2 because they can go to www.paducah2.org and pull up any shows. Yes, and when people see you, I don't know, you might ignite somebody who is not even from Paducah, McCracken County,
I hope so.
who might want to start this ministry somewhere else.
I have to tell you,
Yes.
A lady that I met on Facebook, she actually sent fabric from Texas. And I was, she didn't know me. She met me on Facebook, saw what I was doing, and she said, I'm going to send you fabric. And all the way from Texas, I was so elated. I've shipped the dresses, most of the dresses that I made from her fabric, so I would have showed them today.
Oh.
But I was just so excited when I got that package, and I thought, that's the love of God, And she didn't know
Isn't
me.
that
She didn't have to trust me,
Now, was that a Facebook connection?
Facebook connection.
How about that?
She
Yes,
had
go
also helped me with, during my college time, she helped me with the paper that I had to write. And so she's really given. I've met some really giving people on Facebook, so everything is not bad. What the devil means for bad.
Yes, God means
He
for our
makes it for good. So
Isn't that something? Because as I said
It was
earlier, we can
awesome.
always unsubscribe, delete,
Yes.
block.
Yes, yeah. I've
But
done it.
all of those good people out
There's some
there,
goodness.
out there in the World Wide Web, out there in cyberspace, there are so many good people. We'll never get to meet them all.
Right, right.
But certainly, whenever we have an opportunity to touch the lives of
Right.
people who mean well, because people who mean well will do well.
Yes, they will.
They'll do well with what they have until they can do better.
Right.
And you're doing well with all that is provided you
Yes, ma'am.
until these children can do better.
Yes, ma'am.
Who knows, some of these children who are wearing these dresses today may end up being doctors and lawyers and teachers, who may start a little dresses ministry, who may work in the child care service industry, who may be the next Christy P. Jones. We don't know. But we do know that we have to do our part to impact their lives right now.
We do. We do.
We don't know what those children go through, do we?
No, ma'am.
And this gives them a little ray of sunshine in the midst of it all.
So that's what everyone wants to know, that somebody cares. So
And it doesn't
And I'm
cost a lot
sorry.
to care, does it?
no, it doesn't. And I miss buying for I have a daughter and a son, and I miss buying for them. So now I can buy for these. So
Aw. Okay, so you get to be Nana, the other mama.
I get to be a nana.
You get to be and the
until I
favorite
have
auntie.
grandchildren. Right, right.
And here's the thing: you don't even care that you'll never get to know these children.
That's right. That's right. So I said, "Do you get to see the dresses on them?" I said, I think some people have had that luxury, but
Yeah.
I haven't. But that's okay if I know they're going there, So I'm okay if I never see them on them. So I know they're getting them.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, you have just shared some quality time with one of the greatest young ladies on the planet, Christy Jones.
you.
Her
Bless you.
Facebook page is christyp.jones. And this mission work, this ministry of hers is called Little Dresses. It's been a while, around for a while, but I don't think there's anyone in our region who is doing this. If there is, I want to apologize to you right now for not knowing that. But I do know that this young lady is doing this mission work, this ministry. Please help her out. We thank you for tuning in, and we urge you to share www.paducah2.org with your friends, your relatives, and your coworkers so they can tune in at their convenience and view this show so that they can hear exactly what you heard from the Heart of Collaboration. I've enjoyed you being our guest.
Thank you. I've enjoyed being your guest.
And holler at your pastor for me.
Yes, I will.
Okay. Tell him that we really appreciate him being so supportive of you.
Yes, I let him know what I was doing today. He said
Yes.
she's always good about helping,
Oh.
so he appreciates you.
Yeah, now
very
he's
much.
been on the show twice
That's
in the last, I guess, couple years.
Okay.
And he's been a joy. We had a couple of laughs, and we had a blast. Hope to see him back next year as he's preparing for the 2013 revival for the Community Clergy Fellowship. But it's also, you know, it doesn't take long to be supportive of positive things. And again, if you don't mind that you're not the one to get all the credit,
Right.
it's a joy to be supportive and encouraging and promoting other people, because in the long run, everybody benefits.
Yes.
It strengthens our community. It builds us up. It builds up our
does.
churches. Our pastors need to know that when they're doing a good thing, that even people they'll never meet appreciate it,
Right.
because they'll hear about it, they'll know about it, they'll read about it. He's been on our radio station, so
Okay.
I can't wait until you get to do some other things with some other people and maybe with me again. And maybe next year we'll bring you back and see how many of these beautiful little
Okay.
dresses that you've made.
All right. Thank you.
What would you like to say as we're about to close this segment of the Heart of Collaboration?
I'd just like to say, if there is anything out there that you want to do, don't be afraid to do it. Just step out on faith, because if it's meant to be, it will be, and you
Yes.
have to also make it so. So
Yes.
just speak it.
Yes, and we
Speak it into it.
encourage you that if you are married, we encourage the spouses to be supportive and encouraging as well.
Yes.
Because whatever blessing falls upon the head of the person who has stepped out on faith to carry out a mission to ministry, it is going to enhance the marriage,
Oh, yes.
the household, the family, every aspect of that relationship, the connected relationships in that household in every shape, form, or
Right.
fashion.
My husband is the biggest support I could ever imagine having. So
And that's
he's
exactly
much
the way.
appreciated.
Yes, I didn't mean to interrupt you, because
I'm
you're
sorry.
bragging on your man all right now. And that's exactly the way it's supposed to be.
That's right.
And so we want to salute Brother Jones, and we certainly want to salute you. God bless you. You know I love you to
I
pieces.
love you too.
So I'm going to be helping you behind the scenes. I don't need my
course
name
you
on the
are.
program, but I'm going to help you behind the scenes, and we'll talk some more later and
Okay.
encourage everybody else to help this young lady so
Thank
that
you
you
so
can help
much.
those children in Africa. That's Little Dresses.
Little Dresses for Africa.
Yes, Christy P. Jones on Facebook. Thank you for tuning in. I'm your host, Bernice Belt, and you have just enjoyed a segment of the Heart of Collaboration.